All praises, honor, and glory are due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things. Alright, the spirit that moveth toward our creation that give us, gives us this wisdom, that has poured upon us mercy through his son, Yahweh Shai, who have led us in this way of truth. You know, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have fed us, continually fed us in this truth, without rest, without without breaks, you know, the ox that treadeth out the corn, right? Salutations also to the Akim tirelessly putting out, videos for edification, prophesying in the highways and the byways. We're really almost out of here, and let's continue doing the work. We have a lot of work to do. The end is almost near, brothers. Today while at work, I was looking at some some tips on how to strengthen integrity, and strengthen your character. And this is one article that I came across. Now it's a Christian network, but there are some good points that's hit in this article that I believe will help, especially the younger brothers, you know, to maintain their integrity while in this truth, because as a man of the Lord, one of your greatest assets is your integrity, which is what the Most High tested with Job, right? And Job said rightfully, until I die, I will retain mine integrity. So we have to have the same mindset that, even if the Lord slay us, we retain our integrity, even when we are around them that are without, people that are not in this truth. Even when we go through certain tribulations and trials, we retain our integrity, we retain our belief and faith in the precepts and in the promises of Yahweh Shai. Now, without further ado, let's just get into the precepts. Right? So it starts out by saying God is not looking for an incredible person to use for his purposes. He's looking for a credible one. Now, the word credible means trustworthy. Right? Strong character is a non-negotiable requirement for achieving our goals and dreams. Now, when this article speaks about goals and dreams, it's talking about carnal goals and dreams in this world. We are talking about enduring unto the end to receive that kingdom, to receive a kingdom, right? It says it is the battering ram that allows us to break through obstacles and grow into a better life. That better life that we're looking forward to is the kingdom of heaven, right? Every challenge we face on a journey to a better life has a potential to take us down or make us stronger, right? So let's just get to the points. The first one, strive to be the same person in front of the crowd as you are behind the scenes. Right? When the pressure is on, what's inside always comes out. In a crisis or under stress, we don't have the luxury of keeping up appearances. It's at such time that our actions reveal who we are, for good or ill. Right? Let's get that from the scriptures. I believe the rest of the points in the article gives us, scriptures. So let's get this one here. Right? So this is James 1 and verse 22. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any man be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. Right? So, if you do not have integrity, what you do in, like for example, if you go to the highways and the byways and you're preaching a set of morals, a set of characteristics, a set of values from the precepts, but yet when you go to your everyday life, you don't exercise those precepts, you're not a man of integrity, you're not whole, as the word integrity goes back to. You're two different people. You're one person when it comes to camp, and then you're another person when it comes to being around the world. Right? So the scripture say you have to be a doer of the word, and not just a hearer. Right? Let's go back to the article. So it says, it's at such time that our actions reveal who we are, for good or ill. So we have to do the same things that we preach. Practice what you preach, basically. Are you the same person outside of work? Do you live differently around different peer groups? Right. So are you upholding the precepts of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai around the brethren? But then when you're in the world, you're acting like a nigger? Yeah. Does your environment determine your speech, or is it consistent no matter what? You have to be the same person on every side. No, we're not saying that you go to work and you cuss out the boss or you cuss out the white man and them thing. No, you learn how to be discreet and choose your words. But at the same time, you retain your integrity. Right? Retaining your integrity doesn't mean that every person, every faggot you see, you're going to cuss them out, even if it's at your job, and you're going you end up losing your job for that. No, the scripture said, we be wise as serpent, but harmless as doves. You have to learn how to be shrewd, yo. You have to learn how to speak in due season, right? And again, the precept say, a wise man concealeth knowledge, right? A prudent man so like a concealeth knowledge, right? People who value integrity are the same in every crowd. Popularity isn't important. And we know a lot of men, even in GMS and the other Israelite camps especially, are Hebrew Israelites for popularity, right? So let's just continue on down. Right? Point 2, be very careful not to conform. You see, character isn't who we say we are, it's who we actually are. You can fake almost anything in life but not your character. You either have it or you don't. Character means doing the right thing regardless of what others think. It often means standing alone and acting courageously. Romans 12:2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then will you be able to test and prove what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Right, so we as men in this truth should not be conformed to the image of Esau's world, yo. We should not take on the image of the beast, which is basically the philosophy that's being pushed right now. You know, that do as your will, that chase carnal rewards like, you know, money or women, you know, stuff like that. We should be conformed to the precepts. We should have a heavenly mindset, you know, a kingdom mindset, as the brothers keep on, you know, pushing, right? So this precept is perfect. Be not conformed to the pattern of this world, right? And as it said above, your character isn't who you say you are, it's who you actually are, right? So if you're talking about, you know, being a man of the Lord, you know, waiting on the kingdom, but yet you're caught up in the affairs of your life, then you're not a man of integrity. You're a split personality, right? So it says sometimes it's easier to conform, sometimes the stakes aren't that high. The outcome isn't that important, and it would just be easy all the way around to simply go with the flow. Yeah, we're not about that, yo. We're not afraid of men of GMS, men in truth. We shouldn't be afraid of stepping out, right? And matter of fact, that we are called to step out from the world, yo. What we do separates us from the entire world, right? You've seen this in staff meetings and social circles. Maybe you don't completely agree with the direction of your co-workers wants to go on a particular project, but you're the same who caused the meeting to last longer and seemingly made the problem more difficult to solve. Right? We don't care about stuff like that, yo. We just care about teaching the truth, right? Now this is point 3. Learn to value the process of building your character. Romans 3-5 says, more than that, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that sufferings produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame, because Yahweh's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has been given unto us. Right? So we should embrace sufferings, knowing that Yahweh sends these to test our characters. The scripture tells us that, you know, in 1 Peter 4 and I believe it's 7. You know, the Lord sends certain tests to test what manner of man you are, whether you be of wood, hay, stubble, copper, silver, gold, to see what manner of man you are. So you have to embrace these, embrace being uncomfortable. You know, as the brothers in the Mississippi camp says, you know, be comfortable with being uncomfortable, yo. Right? This verse speaks of character being established through endurance. If you're an athlete, you know that there are no shortcuts to winning a race or competition. Character is no different. You can't wheel to somewhere and grab it. You can't just decide you have it and tell others that you do either. It's built through endurance, right? And hey, having a strong character will not happen overnight, yo. It requires patience. It requires prayer. It requires faith and sacrifice. You know, it's a continual effort. You know, the apostles have been in this truth for 30 years, 20 plus years, you know, 19 years, and they have built their character through enduring all the trials that come with all those decades. Myself, I've been in the truth 7 years, and through that time I have built up, a certain level of integrity, but I still have, more to go. It says, don't check your character off the door. Make sure you are always a man or a woman of good character, and the rest will fall into place. Right? So that's basically it. I just brought out the main points. If the brothers want to read the entire article, I'll post it as well. I just came across the article, and I thought it would be good exhortation, especially for younger brothers. How, because it's an important thing, like I said before, to maintain your integrity while on this journey. So with that, again, Kalalal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, right, and salutations to the Akim out there pushing this truth. Shalom.